And welcome to another episode of the Don't Argue with the Facts podcast. I'm your host, Noah Love, and tonight is an instant reaction to the divisional round. Bills, Broncos, and Niners, Seahawks. The Seahawks decimate the Niners to advance to the NFC Championship game, and Bills and Broncos was an instant classic. We will talk about those two games, mainly the Bills Broncos games, in depth, and more here on the Don't Argue with the Facts podcast. I usually start from the early game and then go down, but let's just start with the butt whipping that we saw in Seattle tonight. Seattle kills San Fran 41-6, ends the season for San Francisco, and it ends in a brutal way. What more can you say about Seattle? Seattle's a wagon. And they're a wagon. They are, I believe, the best team in these NFL playoffs. Now, San Francisco's very injured, and they did what they should have done. They killed them. It started with the Shaheed kick return, and then it just snowballed from there. This Seattle team, man, Sam Darnold, the oblique injury, how will that come into play? Didn't really come into effect. They didn't need him to do anything tonight. He was 12 of 17 for 124 and a touchdown with no, but they didn't need him to really do anything tonight. They ran the ball effectively. Kenneth Walker, 3 tutties, 19 carries, 116. They did not need Darnold to do anything tonight. From a defensive standpoint, I mean, this defense, Witherspoon, Jones, Bryant, Lawrence, Imamori, I mean, they fly around. I mean, on the D line, Leonard Williams. Oh, obviously, Rick Woolen in the back end. I mean, this defense is just so good. They're so good. This was a team that was hitting on all three phases, and Rams and Bears. Uh, that you better hope Seattle's not at their best, because in that stadium, that team with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line against that coaching staff, you are going to have a tough time. You're going to have a tough time uh, beating that team. Seattle, man, you don't really in terms of analysis of the game, there's not much you can give because it was straight a butt kicking. Seattle did whatever they wanted. They did whatever they wanted. San Francisco, they didn't have a chance from Jump Street. And you thought maybe could Shanahan pull out a coaching master? Nah. Look, do I think McDonald kind of outcoached him a bit? Yeah, but like, and you also have to take it to this account. Niners, just everybody's hurt. Just everybody hurts. Purdy didn't play great. Everybody's hurt. So when I look at the Niners in their season, I say, look, you weren't even supposed to make the playoffs, let alone get in and win a playoff game, let alone get in and knock out the reigning defending Super Bowl champions. Like, they did that. So it's really a great year. I don't want to say great, but good year for the Niners. And obviously, how it ended tonight sucked. But when you just look at it in a vacuum, so many injuries. Obviously, they didn't play their best, but this was going to be such a hard task. Man, beating Seattle. I don't know what more you want us to say about Seattle. I mean, obviously, we're going to say some more because they're great, but but watching this performance, I mean, they held San Francisco to 3.9 yards per play. Serious. I mean, this game, what do you even. Rams and Bears, I guess I give the Rams a better chance just because the Rams, they've seen them twice. like they've seen them twice, and it's been a coin flip in each game. I mean, the first game was decided by 2 points. The two games, the it's been decided by 3 points. So just based off of that, and also the Rams are healthy, they'll have the best quarterback in the game. The coaching match again, that would be interesting. Chicago, if they get there, they'd walk in there with the mentality of, we're not supposed to be here. We're pulling out all the stops. I think Ben Johnson's a tremendous coach. I really do. But I could see Mike McDonald potentially stuffing him into a locker. I mean, this Seattle defense in all three phases, they gotta pass rush. You can't run the ball on them. They're so great in third and fourth and shorts. This team, what more can you say? I don't even think I'm doing it justice. Man, Seattle, and look, Seattle will be back at home. They'll play the winner of Bears Rams. Do the Bears have some magic? If they can win, if they can find a way, do they have some of that magic? I don't know. You already know. But the Rams, yeah. Look, Niners, tough into the season. Look, if you were healthier this season, I can make a case you could have got to the Super Bowl again because of the way Shanahan and Salah, how great they were. But man, and I don't even think San Francisco fans, you're gonna be mad because you lost, but you're not mad at the effort they gave. They just going in a juggernaut. You faced a You're facing a juggernaut on the road, and you just. I mean, there's no Kittle, no Kittle, no Warner, no Bosa, no Michael Williams. I mean, there's so many. I mean, you don't have your starting linebackers that you did in your week one. You're just beat up everywhere. It it was a great season for them. Very good season for them, but it doesn't work out. Seattle will be back at home next week, Sunday, 6:30. I think is when that game will kick off, and they will play for the right to go to Super Bowl 60 in Santa Clara. Speaking of Santa Clara in the Super Bowl, the Denver Broncos will play for the right next week to play in the Super Bowl. They beat the Bills 33-30 in overtime. This game, they will have to do it though without Bo Nix, because on the second to last play of overtime, which I guess is the kneel down, Bo Nix breaks a bone in his ankle and he is out for the rest of the season. Gut punch for Denver. You won the game. You're playing next week, and Jared Stidham is backup, but that's a gut punch. Your defense looked a little bit leaky today. You're gonna have to find a way. I want to start from the Denver perspective of this game, because Denver, they made less mistakes and they made more winning plays. When you force a team to turn the ball over 5 times, look, Denver, they got the turnover battle. From a defensive perspective, they were great. To me, this game flipped after the Bo Nix touchdown, and then the Bills just take it to half. You get the ball, start second half, but we don't. Josh Allen's running. Why are we carrying the ball like it's a loaf of bread? And he fumbles, and the Broncos get it. They kick a field goal. They go up 10. That sequence, the 10 points in like 29 seconds, and now you lose by 3. That's a sequence that lost them this football game. Granted, I don't think the Broncos offense was good in the second half. I don't understand why They didn't run the ball great. It really had to be put on Bo Nick's shoulders. And look, I give him kudos when he needed to deliver on third downs. He did. When you needed it most, he gave it to you. We talk about the criticals all the time. Bo Nix in the criticals was very good tonight. I mean, he was big time in Denver. Denver now advances to the AFC title game, man. In terms of the Buffalo side of things, you had every opportunity to win this football game. And this is one where this is going to sting. 21 probably stings the 13-second game because you had it and it was against Mahomes. That one probably stings a little bit more than this one. This one stings because not only did you lose this game in brutal fashion, you had every opportunity to win it. Not only did you have a chance to advance to the AFC title game, get one step closer to get back to the Super Bowl for the first time since the 90s, your window, because this roster ain't really getting any better in the offseason, your window is closing. Again, Drake May's here. Drake May's here. The Patriots aren't going anywhere. The Chiefs are going to retool. If the Bengals could get their stuff right, they're another threat. Obviously, yeah, they're another threat. Um, the Houston's not going anywhere. Jacksonville's now here. They're good in the AFC. We'll see, obviously, but they're not going anywhere. It is. This was your best chance to get to the Super Bowl, in the AFC, and you've had so many chances, and now you just this one. This is a game that takes a lot out of you because the Bills had no reason losing this game. Let's just be honest about it. They had no reason. They had no business. But it's hard when your quarterback turns the ball over. I think 3 or 4 times. It's hard. It's hard when we have Khalil Shakir blocking Nick Bonito on down 10 to start the half, and that's a strip sack. Doesn't see him, and that ends up in Broncos 3. The people will talk about the officiating, and I'm gonna get to that in a second. The reason the Bills lost this game was because they made too many mistakes. You made too many mistakes to in a playoff game overcome that. They could not overcome 5 turnovers. They could not overcome defensive breakdown. They just couldn't overcome it. It's so hard in the playoffs. You just can't be making Allen, some of these turnovers are atrocious. Again, that 30-second stretch to end the half. If you want to win a playoff game, that can't happen. The pick, when it's 23-17, you get the ball back after your defense gets a pick. It's an atrocious decision. It's brutal. I love Josh Allen, but we cannot sit up here. I thought the defense kept for all its flaws tonight. I thought the defense kept them in this game. I thought when it was 2010, I'm like, okay, if the Broncos get a touchdown here, we can call this almost game over. And held them to a field goal. I thought the defense in overtime gets a stop. And that drive, a lot of people will be like, Josh got to go score there. That's not his fault. That drive was not his fault. If you want to kill him for anything, kill him for the throw at the end of regulation where he misses Dawson Knox, and if he hits Dawson Knox, it's a touchdown and they win the game. That's really where you kill him. I'm not killing him on the last drive of overtime because McCole Hardman dropping a pass is right in your hands. We'll get to the Brandon Cooks catch. Actually, we'll just get to it now. I don't care what Terry McCauley says or Gene Steratore says. That's a catch. I've looked at the replay many times. I've seen it all over social media. I saw it. I was watching it on the TV here in my dorm. And that each time they slowed it down. You cannot convince me that that's not a catch. He has possession through the ground. The defender takes it away after he rolls over and takes it away. How is that an interception? And this is the call most people should be focused on. Look, the defensive calls, the one on Teron Johnson, was it bad? Yes. But it's negated because Joey Bosa just goes rogue and knocks Bo Nix into the third week. And so that's 15 yards automatically. The Tre'Davious White, that's a bang bang call, in my opinion. But you could say he got there a little bit early. He did. The Bills did enough to lose this game, but I can admit, I believe that's a catch. And that's going to be the controversy for the next, who knows. I believe that's a catch for Brandon Cooks. And I believe that, because if they call that a catch, the Bill Matt Prater had missed on unless Matt Prater just went rogue from and missed it from 30 yards out, which is what it would have been, somewhere around there. The Bills won the game. It's a brutal game to lose, because if you're the Bills, this was it. And you've had so many chances that there's no Mahomes, there's no Burrow, there's no Lamar. This was it. I would have given them a great shot, whether it was at Houston or at New England next week, and they just couldn't do it. And they just couldn't pull it off. And you got to give credit to Denver. They made enough plays to win that football game. Now, granted, the refs helped them a little bit late, but Denver, the key was, okay, Bo Nix had a turnover. The Bills turned it over 5 times. The Broncos only turned it over once or twice. I believe 2 times. Again, 7-3 game. Okay, it looks like you're going to go in to punch it in 14-3 if you're the Bills. Forced fumble. Alex Singleton. Great play. Shifts momentum. They go down and get a touchdown. Though you can't survive. You will not win a playoff game making these mistakes. You essentially did what Baltimore did, what Baltimore's been doing. The reason Baltimore hasn't been able to get over the hump is because they just have not been able to execute when they've had every chances to win the game. They did it against you last year. You see Josh Allen in tears at the presser. You see Joey Bosa slamming his helmet. You see Deion Dawkins, because they know they should have won this game and that they had it. Now, is it a matter of, do they feel like they got it taken away from them? Maybe. But Josh Allen's beating himself up because he knows, if I just make 1 or 2 more smart decisions, I win this game. If I don't fumble at the end of the half, I win. If I don't make that atrocious decision on, I believe it was first or second down, 23-17, after we just got the ball back, we probably go down scoring. We probably win. Also, the 3rd and 8 screen call, when it was 24-23, what is that? Joe Brady. But the Bills had every opportunity to win this game, and they did not take. Again, I'm going to say this: if the Broncos had a better quarterback, and look, Bo Nix is fine, and heartbreaking for him with the broken foot, and I hope he makes a speedy recovery. If the Broncos had an elite quarterback, if they had Joe Burrow, this game is not even close. This game's 44-24. This game's not close. It's just so happened that the Broncos could not do anything in the second half from an offensive perspective. That's what happened there. Look, Denver will be at home, and Jared Stidham will be the quarterback. That defense is going to have to be special. That defense against I think I would give them a good chance against Houston, but I mean Jared Stidham against that Texas defense, it's just how are you gonna muster points if you're Denver? It's got to be off of special teams and get some defense. That's going to be my main thing going into the week. How can you muster points? Or is it a baseball score game and you try to win it in a walk-off next week? So, man, I don't know, man. What a divisional first game, at least. I think the tomorrow 2 games are going to be excellent. I think it's been a great playoff so far. Yeah. The Broncos win it 33-30 in overtime. The 2-1 seeds advance next weekend to play for a Super Bowl berth. All right, everybody. This has been an episode or an instant reaction of the Don't Argue with the Facts podcast. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until the next time, see ya.